Hello, YouTube community. This will be my first non-gaming live stream in a while. I ran across this yesterday, I believe, and it hit home for me. I do a lot of Comicsgate related tweets. I am a video game developer, however, and this specifically relates to the gaming community, but I think it ties back to everything that people are seeing in Comicsgate. So I thought I'd just read this series of tweets by this fellow Mark Kern, and I'll talk about who he is and what the response was to these after that. But I thought he had some very interesting comments to say on Twitter, and it appears that Mark did vote for Obama. I guess was a Democrat and decided to vote for Trump in 2016. So he wanted to put this out there to sort of ask people to think about how they can win him back. So I'll just read through this. So he starts, okay, let's talk about how to beat Trump. Specifically, how you can get me and millions of others back to voting for Democrats like I used to. First, you have to want me back. Stop being butthurt that I voted for Trump, and stop trying to get me punched, fired, or thrown out of restaurants. You need us back if you want to beat Trump. Stop pushing us into ditches. You'll lose again. Second, embrace free speech. You used to, and it opened a lot of doors for progressive values because we were free to express controversial ideas at the time, like LGBTQ rights. You would riot if speech was muzzled, and rightly so. Stop shadow banning and deplatforming. Next, stop campaigning on resist and impeach and have a real message again. Hope was a powerful one for Obama and hooked me back then. You need to find a positive message to rally around a great vision for the future. Right now your message is hate and fear and zero vision. Next, embrace middle America and our country again. You can have a vision for what America should be, but stop saying America and middle America had to go. Make America everyone's home. Be welcoming. Right now, you just want to burn it all down. Not a good look. Fight for jobs for everyone. People want to work. And stop fetishing tech. Not everyone could be a web programmer, and we need food and power and dirty jobs. Value hard work in blue-collar industries and help them to and hold their jobs in the respect they are due. Fight for them. Finally, fight for equal rights and opportunity. But please stop trying to force everyone to live your way. Stop trying to criminalize every minor thing and get rid of political correctness. Learn to laugh again and embrace comedy as figurative, not literal. Leave fiction alone. It's about having a vision that to build up America instead of one focused on tearing it down. Evolve it, don't destroy it. Campaigning on he and his base are evil Nazis is just wrong and doesn't work. A lot of us used to vote for you and share your values. You don't have to do all of this overnight, but just showing me and millions of others that you are willing to move in this direction would do a lot to get me to take a second look. Want to beat Trump? Take a page from your own speaking points and start to listen for real. So, let's take a look at the very first response that shows up for me anyway. After that, what I thought was a very thoughtful and reasonable statement. So the next response, so the very first response, nobody owes you shit, asshole. If you're too dumb to make the right decision after what you've seen, you deserve what you get. Lovely. And the next response, and you're the reason he'll be around for 6 more years. No, I don't know if that's actually responding to this response or what, but Yeah, typically what I've seen, and I've gone through a lot of these, uh, all of the responses directly to this have been stuff like this. And then a bunch of people respond. Yeah, I think he's actually referring to this person, Krister Johnson. So the responses after the initial responses seem to be basically, you guys are such idiots. So let's look at all the let's see all the responses. So there are some. It's interesting because he tends to retweet reply. So to find the most interesting responses, it's actually easier to go through Mark Kern's timeline here, and the more recent ones. Basically, he's apparently received about 250,000 replies, the vast majority of which have been really, really shitty. So let's see. One of them, if fighting racism and sexism is too traumatizing for a white male, the GOP is the perfect place for you. Ignoring the fact that Mark Kern is not white. And he says, not white, and by assuming I am, you are showing yourself to be a racist. Here's another one. Everything in this list is a call to white Democrats, not us. He is asking that Democrats neglect their base of non-white people in favor of wooing racists back to the Democratic Party by ensuring that they aren't made to feel racist by supporting a racist and his racist policies. He says, you realize I'm not white, right? Oh my. So let's see here. There are some really good ones, and forgive me, this is my first, like I said, my first sort of off-the-cuff live stream in a while. So, but I did go through here. We'll find it here. Let's see. Hate speech is not free speech. Oh, here. Yeah, speech that doxes or calls for violence is not protected. As much as you whine about the mean left, the people you've allied yourself with are the only one who've murdered for political reasons so far. He replies, yeah, because that guy who opened up fire on a congressional baseball game never happened. He's got some good one-liners here. First, no one's trying to get you punched unless you're dressed up in Nazi cosplay and attacking peaceful protesters. Are you doing that? What about wearing a red hat? Obviously referring to people who have been attacked for simply wearing MAGA hats. So yes, here's where he says, oh, I love this. Appreciate this thread and the attempt here. Please be careful, though. The anger from the left comes from a year plus of being told they were to blame for this, that they were the bullies. This isn't accurate. People don't vote for POTUS because he's clearly immoral and egomaniacal. Also facts. So, yes, them being the bullies is not accurate. 250,000 notifications in my feed, most of it bullying you claim doesn't exist. Unfortunately, at least on social media, the bullying by the left is clear. 250,000! Good God! Oh, wow. Wish it wasn't, but not a single Trump supporter has wished me ill will for laying out a plan to beat Trump. There you go. There you go. Which is the side for good and which is the side for evil? Tell me. He's laying out a plan to beat Donald Trump in the next presidential election. As far as he's found, and I've looked through as well, not a single person out there is saying, screw you for, we don't want to beat Trump. No, nobody has wished him ill will. He's getting death threats. This is insane. Okay. I hope I can find the really good. Oh, they're calling him a Russian bot. Let's see here. I wanted to get to the one about Warcraft. So this guy used to work for Blizzard Entertainment. He worked on the original vanilla Warcraft, which is why this kind of caught my attention. So I love Warcraft. I don't play it anymore, but played it for many, many years. Here we go. Beautiful, beautiful. Okay. Now this illustrates utter cluelessness. It's hard to take you seriously when you use the vagina drying World of Warcraft reference in your bio. And then he says, butthurt, really? Nobody owes you anything. Gamers and nerds were never mocked for their games and hobbies. Okay. What is Rob, the fucking idiot, talking about? It's hard to take you seriously when you use the vagina drying World of Warcraft reference in your bio. Well, let's take a look at his bio. Does it say, oh, I'm a big player of World of Warcraft? No. He not only worked for Blizzard on WoW, he was the team lead. World of Warcraft, as far as I know, is still to this day, and it's been around for over a decade. Maybe 15 years now? A ridiculous amount of time. Biggest, most successful MMORPG in history. Easily the best known. He was a team lead. This guy's a freaking genius. I looked up, he was CEO of this company, Firefall. He was a producer for Diablo 2, StarCraft, Brood War. Holy shit. I mean, good God. I'm sure women just run away screaming when they hear, oh, I'm an incredibly intelligent, probably fairly wealthy, CEO. Oh yeah, that's, women hate that. And then creator of Ember, I believe that's how it's pronounced. And I looked that up. It's kind of an interesting concept, actually. This is the website, em8er.com. So, this is a company that he's actually creative director at Ember. This is not like some kid, some idiot. This is a smart guy. And Ember, I looked it up. It's actually they do this interesting thing of micro crowdfunding. It seems like, where they've had all of these campaigns. They've had 3 campaigns in the last 2 years or so. All of them have been successful, like remarkably so. They weren't asking for much, but 613% of what they were looking for, and I keep going up. The next one is basically starting to create this game. 467%, $23,000, and then the most recent one, and they've delivered on all of these. 107. It just keeps going up and up and up. So this is a successful game studio. They were asking for 20,000, got 107,000, and I even looked at the updates in the previous 2. You can look at them yourself. Just look up. Let's see, EM-8ER. Just look up Mark Kern on Indiegogo. You'll find them. And I looked at the other ones. They've been successful. They've delivered on time, exactly what the people were promised. It's got this ID system, just came live a few days ago, and this guy knows what he's doing. He's a smart guy, and I don't know if this was a social experiment or what, but just the response has been remarkable, and I was blown away by the guy who's like, yeah, nice World of Warcraft reference. Yeah, I bet you've never seen a vagina before. It's like, dude, I'm assuming he's probably married, but if not, he definitely gets more than you, dude. So, anyway, I think a lot of people in Comicsgate probably saw this as well. I retweeted and replied to a bunch of his things, but man, just go through here if you want. GRUMMZ on Twitter, and man, it is. I didn't even scratch the surface. I barely touched the surface. There's so much awful hatred for this guy, just for saying, how do we beat Trump? Oh, if you don't know, you're a fucking idiot. It's unbelievable. Anyway, this has gone way too long, but thanks for thanks for sticking with me here. Um, like I said, this is my first foray in a couple of years now, and hopefully I'll be doing more of these. I also do live streaming of games on YouTube and Twitch. So if you're here for the first time, and I'm guessing you probably are because as of this moment I only have 5 subscribers. But if you want to, I'll be talking. I'll talk a bit about Comicsgate, but I'll be focusing more on the game side because Gamergate is not over. It will never end. We have to stay vigilant. So if you wouldn't mind, subscribe and click the bell so that you get notifications when I upload something new, if I'm doing a live stream. And follow me on Twitter. I'm Avatar John, or look for Marsupial Gamer, and you'll find me there. Thanks very much. So long.